Africa. Wonder where the support will lie. This young lad, War Child, won the, as you heard Brian Mulder tell us, he won the title right here in this ring. And a good fighter he is, and of course, Fahili Majiha, he won the title, his bantamweight title, that is, beg your pardon, and he won that title in Kenya, in the Crown Plaza Hotel on the first of the Africa boxing shows right here on Fox Sports. This could be interesting. A lot of aggression from this young man, War Child. A bit raggish, but he's got a lot of aggression. He drives forward, both hands. He's not scared to go, as you can see already. And Fahili, he certainly can defend. Let's see what happens. Two boy, they see they call him now as well. Two boy War Child. Two body, is it? Maybe, I'm not sure what it says on the back. I'm trying to look at the back of his shorts. It's two boy. There you go. Just knew him as War Child. I know he's got tremendous support in Soweto in South Africa. Both move well, don't they? Good right, but he took it well, the Tanzanian. Both hold their gloves up high. They're from Tanzania, comes from Dar es Salaam. Lovely part of the world, Dar es Salaam. Nice and hot and humid this time of year. A little off balance there, the Tanzanian. On the counter, you can't throw punches like that. A big, wild, ranging right from the Tanzanian. The boy from So the second round we go. This WBA Pan-African featherweight title. Both champions in their own rights from their own weight divisions. The heavier one is Mehemu. Is the title that's up for grab tonight. A little bit harder puncher too, Maria. He's a useful fighter. Gia is a more compact jab and run, jab and move type fighter. Mehemu comes through like that, picks up on the opposite. When you make a mistake, he's very quick to pounce. Majiha has to know that if he lets that right go, he has to make sure it lands, because that's what War Child does. He comes forward very quickly the moment you throw a punch. He looks for that gap, looks for the opening to throw his own. See the difference. He hit him, which meant that the War Child couldn't continue coming forward. So he has to land that right. If he doesn't, he opens himself up to punches. It's a tactical fight, isn't it? Both boxers know and respect each other. That's what this is. This is a boxing match of respect. There's the counter punching once again of Maemu. Bit of Swahili being spoken to my right here, I can hear it. Instructions going to the man from Tanzania. A bit of Zulu behind me, Shire. So much respect here. Both boxers know they can fight. Both boxers know they probably can win this. But both boxers also know they have to dominate. Fascinating, fascinating second round here. He opens himself up for War Child to come forward. Now this is a bit more aggression in the third round. Maybe he's got the instructions. Come on, just up the pace a bit. Come on, you need to up the pace. And he's doing just that. Alan Tewell must have given him that instruction. I say, you can do this. This fella hasn't got the firepower you've got. You've given him respect. Now let's have a look what the firepower is now. You've got it, he hasn't got it. That's what Grayson is probably saying. He's a lighter man. Remember, he's gained weight to come up to your division, so he might have just carried a little bit extra than he would normally be doing, fighting as he was, of course, as the Super Bantam. Yeah, he does more jabbing on the corner of the Tanzanian, just shouting at him. Jab more. Doesn't throw that right. That's the one which creates, it's almost like lighting the fuse, isn't it? The moment he throws the right, the fireworks begin coming in from War Child.
Pick up your punches.
So much respect for each other. A lot at stake here. Chance to move up the ladder. Get a Pan-African title under your belt. Defend it in War Child's case. And get a second title in the case of Majiha from Dar es Salaam. Both ducked very, very quickly there, didn't they? In a situation, if you're not careful, a clash of heads when you do that. Luckily, both boxers missed.
There was a 10-second sounding, but Rafia thought that the bell had gone and the referee hadn't heard it, and he was pounded by the Tanzanian. So still an interesting fight, Barry.
It is.
You know, the respect is there for each other, but I don't know for how long this respect is going to last.
But maybe that's what it was, and the referee just warns both of them, watch your heads. And I think that's when they both duck. It happened just nearly before the last clash there, just before the bell in the third round. War Child trying to just up the pace a bit as we start again in the fourth round. He did that in the third round as well, but didn't conclude it. Maybe he's pacing himself. 12 rounds, long way to go yet. Just a quarter of the way through. That's got the right. Oh, that was close. Television screen runs all over the floor here, but well held Iqbal. It was close. As his foot came out the ring, kicked our monitor over. Majiha just putting a little extra work in here in the fourth round. Interesting, he's throwing the punch and just ducking or trying to go low, which he's hoping then that the War Child's punches go over the top of him. Because he knows that when he throws that right, it opens himself up and War Child just explodes into him. That's the one. That's what happens. Didn't land fully. That was a bit low. Referee says nothing. No accidental, but we carry on. Just being separated by the referee to make sure they both come together. A little bit of a welt there. I think that was the clash of heads on Maemu's forehead. It's over his left eye. Look out for that. If we get a close-up of him, I'm sure we will eventually. We'll see that. Just keep an eye on it. Obviously, Majiha's got to get that left going and maybe can penetrate through the punches, through the guard of the South African. War Child with a little of a small Mohican type style of haircut and the balding head of Majiha from Tanzania. Oh, that's better. A little bit of explosive, but a lot of them on the arms, not too much point scoring there, most of them on the arms. That's the one, over the top. Once again, gone into that respect mode again. Both of them a little cagey, knowing full well they both got reasonably good punches. Majiha, yes, missed him with that one, the big overhand. Just pulls away quickly once he sees that Maemu's right is about to explode. Not an easy fight to judge this. The punches are a little wild, not really landing too well. It's going to be an interesting one. That's probably maybe.
And, you know, you can see them moving around in the ring, trying to get out of the way of punches. And like we said earlier, the respect for each other is still there. Nobody's really broken through to take the fight away from each other.
No, and other punches being thrown there, Ick, as you can see, but not many of them actually landing and scoring punches at all. So very difficult indeed, as you said earlier. We were talking about it. The respect for each other is tremendous. The fitness of both camps, you're absolutely right. Both very, very fit young men. So Child has put his Pan-African, WBA Pan-African featherweight title on the line for tonight's fight. And he's taken on the man from Tanzania, who's a little bit lighter. He's the super bantamweight champion from the WBA Pan-African. He's more aggressive completely. We're really getting quite hammered here, aren't we? Once again, it goes crazy. That's the second time we've had a foot through the ring, through the ropes rather, and knocked our monitor over. But Iqbal was as sharp as ever, fielding in the slips. He caught it. So what's that all about? Did he clash of heads? Rubbed his head? Yep. Warchild doesn't like it, whatever it is. He's on that lump of his too. He's got a little lump on the top of his left eye. I think he's now fed up. He's going to say, well, I better clean this up, otherwise there's going to be another rubbing against that lump I've got over my left eye. I don't want that to split, because that can be not very easy to see through if it starts bleeding. A lot of movement from the Tanzania boxer, isn't it? He really is moving well. He's stopping being hit by his defensive bobbing and weaving. The Warchild now does look as though he's put a little bit more effort in. When I say effort, not that these two haven't put effort in, maybe I think with more pace and more aggression, maybe. We go into the final minute of the 6th round. Maemu may be just shading on this round, but it is tight. Very difficult to judge. There's some good punches. One or two of those will sway the judge's opinion, but otherwise it's not an easy one. Karibu. Hey, well done. Nice ending to a fight. Round 7 it is. As referee Ngiwi starts proceedings. Majia from Tanzania and Maemu from Soweto in South Africa. And he's putting on the pressure now, is Maemu. Maemu is coming out with a little bit more aggression. But still the defense of Majia is good. Moves away, doesn't allow the punch to land properly, or should I fully. Oh, two big swinging lefts and rights from both boxers, neither of which landed. There goes another and another. Just getting each other out the way of the punches without them landing. As we move towards the final minute of round number 7. A lot more punches missing at the moment than actually landing and scoring punches. That's what he does again. He missed with the right and then he gets attacked completely by Rafiwa. Jiha, I think, was a little bit on the receiving end of that one.
I think he was a bit lucky when he got onto the ropes there. Maemu failed to land those effective punches and he got away. And then the bell rang, and I think that was a relief for him.
Tried to do a couple of punches there on the break, but got away quickly. Did Maemu?
I see that
thing. Yeah, that's that clash of heads earlier. Alan Telwy was doing a lot of work with the iron, trying to push that bump down. And that's hard work, believe me, and it can be jolly painful.
Number 8.
Let's see a little egg coming up there over the top of his eye. What he doesn't want, of course, is another clash of heads and open it up. And if you open things up like that, it stays with you for the rest of your career. It's the last thing you want to happen, and it becomes very difficult to see through the blood when it starts to run down your forehead and across your eye. But good work being done by Alan Telwheel on that eye. And now he's saying, I think you better get out there and probably throw a few punches of your own, because we might be a little tight on the scoring here. So let's get some points in the bag. A little ragged, a little wild.
Pick up your punches.
Whoa. Referee very nimble. Mr. Nangiwi had to get out the way there.
Don't hit behind the head.
Good little combination from War Child. landing a few more punches, some of which are definitely scoring. This WBA Pan-African featherweight title. The current champion is Rofhiwa Maemu Warchild from Soweto in South Africa, and the challenger is Fadili Majiha, the man in all black shorts with that little white writing down the sides. And of course, he's also a champion, but he's the champion in the super bantamweight division of the Pan-African WBA title. You said it earlier, Ick, these boys are really fit. There's no doubt about that. These camps have trained these young lads absolutely to the maximum. 25-year-old Maemu and 24-year-old Majiba. These are very fit young men. There seems to be no wastage in energy when they fight, when they throw punches. They try and make sure they land, although that they will get a few wild throws, but up on their toes, both boxers. So here we are, into the 9th round. 9 out of 12 gone, 3/4 of the way through the fight. And I think Maemu might just be shading this now, starting to move ahead slowly with the scoring.
I think he's still going pretty well, Barry, considering that slight injury on the clash of heads. But credit to the both boxers, they're moving so well. You know, 9 rounds, it saps your energy. It's a title fight. There's so much at stake. Maemu's title's on the line. Fadili is desperate to win a second WBA Pan-African title fight. And though they're throwing punches, they're not really landing them at the moment.
Got that summed up well. Not many landing, not many scoring punches being thrown at all in this particular fight. Very, very wary, very, very respectful of each other. But however, they are both energetic, and they're both giving it their all at the moment. I think they both know as well that one good punch could land if it does, and there's a possibility that both boxers could get really hurt. Remember, Majiha's had 5 KOs in his 20-fight career. And War Child, Rafiwa Moyemu, the man in the, as you can see on the back there, Two-Boy, it says on the back of his shorts. He's had 9 knockouts out of his 14, so he's got a bigger percentage of knockouts. And you can see why, because he has got a good punch. So indeed has Majiha. And it looks to me as if all they want to do, they probably don't want to take a punch, they probably want to just get out the way of each other, just pull away from each other, get out of range, like that. Lots of jabbing coming forward by Moyema, but Moyema not landing, because Majiha is actually moving backwards and getting out of range very quickly. Good left and a good right from the Tanzanian. Oh, just slid off the face there, didn't land flush. But it was a good return right there from Moyemu, the boy from Soweto.
Missed again.
Pushing his head against his head. The Tanzanian pushing a little bit on that a little egg on the head of Moyemu right at the end of that round.
I think Moyemu has just shaded that one, Barry.
Yeah,
he's done well in this. You know, notwithstanding that Fadili is also coming into it, and both chasing each other to try and land that punch that they require to win this title. They want to have a knockout, but you know, like Tawil said, if the knockout comes, it's going to be a bonus. But he's prepared his man for the full 12 rounds.
He certainly has. He's done well. Both camps have, as you said earlier, Rick. Both camps have done very well. They've got young men here. 6 minutes to go of boxing here at Gaborone in Botswana. And you're watching this live on Fox Sports Africa. And there's a big left at that moment on the War Child. He looks very tucked up and very aggressive all of a sudden. He's come out with more venom maybe. Needs to land a few rather than just bobbing and weaving. He needs to get himself into position to throw good punches. He's now standing a little bit more upright. He was bobbing and weaving early, put his head down. Nice little left there. Little jab went through, 2 jabs went through. This is a better start to the round by Moyemu. I think he's realised that you can't just wait for that right to come all the time from Majiha before you can throw a punch. That's better. Both boxers now landed good punches there, and both took them well. Yeah, I think you've got Maemu, as you said earlier, just shading these rounds as they're going along. And I think he's in the lead right this moment. So the last round's going to be an interesting one.
I think it's going to be interesting because, you know, it depends on who's the hungry of the two, because they've been very cagey through the 11 rounds that we have seen. Not many big punches have been landed, but it's the final round. There's the big title belt at stake. And if Maemu wants to retain his title, he's got to throw a big one and get Fadili out of the way. And if Fadili wants to get that second belt, he's got to go all out against the South African. Still sizing up each other.
Seconds out.
So the last 3 minutes of this Pan-African title fight here, WBA, featherweight, everything to go for. Maemu, I think, just leading the game at the moment. Probably might be by a couple of points. So Fadili has got a bit of work to do, I would suggest. And if the corner hasn't told him he's got work to do, they should have done. He's got it right. He can knock people out. He's done it 5 times already in his career. But so is Warchild. He's knocked 9 of his opponents out of the 14 so far. So he's certainly got more aggression and perhaps a little bit more power in those punches. But he hasn't been able to land them at all in this evening's fight. He's trying there. He did hit him well there, did Majiha. I always like to see a boxer do that. Maemu must say, "You didn't hurt me," and you know jolly well you landed. Very aware. Back on their toes again, both boxers. "34 minutes already been in the ring fighting, and they've been very much on their toes, very fit, very athletic. I think one of these boxers is going to be disappointed. Disappointed because they've probably given them all as well. And Majiha coming in from Tanzania, the lighter man, he still, of course, will be holder of the Super Bantamweight Championship of the WBA Pan-African version. He's now going for that second title, but I don't think he's going to win it tonight. Nice jab there from the Tanzanian. Once again, ducking him below. It really goes down low, doesn't he? Maemu, that's his defense. Goes down under the jabs, under the right hooks. The big cross rights of the Tanzanian. Hasn't been able to land them properly tonight. So just a few seconds left then in this, the WBA Pan-African fight. Now a bit of... both boxers think they probably won it. There'll only be one winner tonight in this. There won't be, I don't think, a draw. And I think the total of this points are being added up correctly. Both the referee is looking over the top. Mr. Gerald Ramsden, the adjudicator this evening for the WBA. There is an announcement to be made, of course. We'll make sure that we'll have that announcement in just a moment. He's just ahead on our scorecard is Maemu against Majiha, and we're now ready to make that announcement.
So the judges have scored this fight as follows. Judge Wally Snowball scores the fight 116 to 112. Judge Simon Klamzashi scores the fight 116 to 112. Judge Patrick Esterhazen scores the fight 115 to 113 to the winner, and still the Pan-African featherweight champion unanimously, that is Rofilia Muebu.
Your referee, Howard Foster. And now, your referee, Howard Foster.